Talking is easy, but silence. That's the skill that reveals true power. Many of us have no hesitation in sharing our thoughts, but sometimes silence can convey the strongest message. Expressing yourself is important, but being able to remain silent at the right time and in the right place actually makes you stronger. Have you ever thought about that? Many people expect to gain more respect by talking more. But the truth is, sometimes saying less earns you more respect. When you realize that our mental and emotional strength comes from the ability to remain silent at the right moment, rather than the need to say everything, you'll see a big shift in your relationships and career. Today, we'll explore the power of silence, how it helps build deeper connections and relationships, how it brings practical benefits, and how it can be strategically used. Silence is not just a tool for communication. It's also a sign of respect and inner strength. This video will provide key insights on how this powerful tool can transform your life. Now, let's dive into how silence can make you stronger and increase your respect. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future content. Let's get started. The connection between silence and respect. Sometimes, refraining from speaking unnecessarily is actually the greatest virtue. Taking a moment to be silent shows others your wisdom and discipline in the most beautiful way. In a world where everyone has something to say, sometimes you can convey more by simply remaining quiet. Looking back at history, great leaders and philosophers have always chosen their words carefully. They processed every word they spoke with care, sharing only when it was truly necessary. This not only earned them respect, but also added depth to their character. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Think for yourself, but speak little." This simple yet powerful phrase conveys the value of deep thinking. When we express our thoughts hastily or as a reaction, they often lack meaning. But in silence, we deepen and our ideas take shape. Taking a moment to pause before speaking, truly considering what we want to say, makes the moment when we do speak much more meaningful. And believe me, the less you speak and the more you listen attentively, the more people will value you. Because your silence gives you depth. People pay more attention to those who speak thoughtfully and sparingly, rather than someone who constantly talks. Silence is the most beautiful sign of authority and self-confidence. Sometimes speaking is unnecessary. Remaining silent is the most meaningful response. People value you not by how much you talk, but by how deeply you think. And remember, your true power is most often shown in your silence. Strategic use of silence. Sometimes, silence is not just a void, it's a power. People often judge us based on how much we talk, but the real strategy lies in knowing when to remain silent. Understanding the power of silence and using it effectively often creates more impact than an abundance of words. First, the first strategy. Think before you speak. This often means choosing our words carefully, rather than saying the first thing that comes to mind. Is there something you truly want to say? Or are you just talking for the sake of talking? Silence gives us the opportunity to think and clarify our thoughts. When we do speak, every word is considered valuable. Another strategy is focus on listening. Truly listening is a powerful way to make your words more valuable. People value those who listen to them more. By staying silent and paying attention to the other person, you not only earn respect, but also gain deeper meanings and more information. Listening is the foundation of mutual respect. When people see that you value them, they form a deeper connection with you. Speaking less and more effectively is another strategy. Sometimes, being brief and to the point is the most effective way to communicate. People get tired of long and rambling speeches, but something clear and direct always carries more weight. This means using the power of silence by speaking only when necessary and at the right moment. Another important point is accepting the power of silence. Silence doesn't have to be dominant or uncomfortable. Sometimes, the strongest response is to silently observe the world. Often, when people expect a reply, the best response is simply to remain silent. Accepting this allows you to understand both yourself and others better. Practical benefits of silence. Now, let's explore how silence is not just a philosophical concept, but how it brings great practical benefits to our lives. Silence, even when we are not aware of it, provides us with tremendous value in our daily lives. Have you ever thought about how silence truly impacts our lives? First of all, you gain more respect. Yes, you heard that right. Remaining silent gives others a sense of wisdom and maturity. In a world where everyone constantly speaks and shares their opinions, the words of someone who speaks less are much more valuable. People listen more attentively and show more respect to those who speak only when it's truly important. Silence makes you someone who is watched carefully and valued. Another benefit is that it helps prevent misunderstandings. The less you speak and the more carefully you speak, the less likely you are to say something wrong. Language, even when used with the best intentions, can sometimes lead to misunderstandings. By remaining silent, you can eliminate this possibility. Silence increases trust in communication because every word is chosen carefully. You gain mental calmness. In today's world, there's constant noise. Social media, work, responsibilities, everything creates a constant buzz. Silence is one of the best ways to escape this noise. It calms the chaos in your mind and reduces your stress. Taking a moment to stop and be silent gives you renewed strength, both physically and emotionally. You feel clearer and find tranquility in your thoughts. And perhaps the best part is that you create space for others. When people start talking, sometimes they just need to be heard. When you remain silent, they begin to share more. Silence shows the other person that you value them and are ready to listen to what they have to say. This helps you form a deeper connection in your relationships. Silence in building deep connections in relationships. Silence is one of the most powerful communication tools in our lives. However, we often focus so much on the power of words that we overlook how effective silence can be in building a connection. In reality, silence can have much more expressive power emotionally. True bonds in relationships don't always stem from spoken words or verbal explanations. Sometimes, a silent moment spent with someone can say far more than words ever could. When building a relationship, it's not only about what you say, but also about how you make the other person feel and how much you listen to them. This is where the power of silence comes into play. Remaining silent is a way of telling the other person, "I hear you, I understand you." People can often feel emotions that they cannot express with words more clearly in silence. In those moments, there's no need for speech because the feelings have already been communicated. Especially in close relationships, words can sometimes fall short in expressing emotions. The way you look at someone, the way you touch them, and most importantly, being able to simply spend time silently together communicates how much you value them and how much respect you show. This silence is a sign of mutual understanding, trust, and a deep connection. In silence, you convey the message, "I'm here with you and I understand you." Sometimes, such a simple thing can strengthen the power of your relationship. Imagine this. After a long, hectic day, you're having dinner with your loved one. You don't have to say anything to each other. Just being together and quietly spending time together often carries deeper meaning. Many people feel the need to constantly say something in their relationships. But in reality, how you exist together, how you listen, may be more important than what you say. Silence becomes a shared understanding between two people. Even in your conversations, sometimes what you don't say and how much you remain silent can carry more meaning. When you look at each other, emotions may be shared without needing any words. Once you realize this, you'll understand how powerful silence can be as a way of building connection. Yes, words are powerful, but sometimes silence can carry more meaning than words. Quiet moments shared together hold more sincerity than words. This silence symbolizes the depth and trust of a relationship. And remember, sometimes what strengthens a relationship are the times spent together without speaking. Today, we've explored the power of silence, how it helps us build deeper connections in our relationships, and how it enables us to tap into our inner strength. Silence is truly a valuable tool in our lives. It's not about how little we speak, but how we listen and how we harness our power by knowing when to remain quiet. Remember, sometimes silence is the most powerful response. If this video inspired you and helped you better understand the role of silence in your life, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more insightful content. Wishing each of you the discovery of your inner strength and the ability to create deeper connections in your life. See you in the next video. Take care.